Hey there, gentlemen. This is for the guys. This is Joy of the World for the month of June, coming in to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. If you are new here, consider clicking that subscribe button. I love talking to the men, even plainly an everyday message, but I like to set aside this time to do it directly to the guys, because so much of spirituality and intuitiveness and this intelligence that comes on in is geared with so much feminine talk that I just want to scrap that out of the way. I mean, I grew up with a brother, my only sibling. I had sons. I was daddy's girl, not the prim little girl. I was the one out fishing and being the right hand and doing all that. So I came up very much in a man's world. Many gentlemen in my life, my elders, relatives, extended family that loved and doted on me. So I have a sincere place that I'm coming from with this for you guys. So for the month of June, you were really wanting to hone on into how to prosper this month financially and physically. But I got to tell you, love is also coming in times two. We have the Six of Cups and the Six of Discs coming in. So this is talking about an equal balance or reciprocation and getting into the center of who you are. It's talking about the key is to trust your gut instinct. So not having to bend and sway with the local political pulse of what's going on or the social appropriate way to behave or other things like that. And I know these are unpopular topics, but hey, this is Joy to the World, and joy is an overcomer. And I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about our joy. And our joy is to overcome. And if you're in your truth and the trust of yourself, then where you're coming from is a pure, perfect place. It's a beautiful place. And it's a place to not sit there and put the shadow of doubt on yourself, or relegate yourself to a different position or a lot, or to call yourself guilty when you've done nothing or at all. I mean, I had lived a life where, because I saw what laziness was, I was over responsible. I mean, it was kind of handed down by my daddy-o. It's like, jump on in there and get it done. But also it's kept me busy and unable to reflect and enjoy this life that I have. So I had to learn that over responsible was as nasty as lazy. And so I can't make up for all the lazy people on the planet. And so you just be true to yourself. Whatever that is. I taught my sons to hold the doors for all people. If something in their soul sparked up and said, oh, let me hold the door for them, they didn't look man, woman, child, dog, old, young, whatever, packages in their arms, handicapped. They just held the door. Okay? And that's where we come from, is begin to trust yourself and get back into the truth of who you are, of what makes you feel whole and solid, and knowing that wherever it comes from, irregardless of the response, that it's coming from a centered place. Okay? So that's why I love that the Six of Cups and the Six of Discs is here, because this Six of Cups in the True Heart Tarot is very much coming with a precision accuracy of heaven here on earth, that your mind matters. And what you feel about how you act and behave in life and how you move forward in your truth and in yourself is important. This Six of Cups isn't just about, oh, I love her, long lost, and somebody from the past or whatever. No, this is you coming into that innocence, that pure nature, that youthfulness, that youthful vibe, when we didn't question or doubt where any instinct came from. We lived from our truth and from ourselves, and now we learned and grew and developed along the way. I'm not saying there's not any learning, growing, or developing for any of us, man, woman, child, old, young, whatever station in life, but it is that there's a reward and a balance that comes in. The Six of Discs is coming along and being able to see yourself clearly, not having to reject any part of yourself or stifle or suppress any part of yourself, because you're coming forward from truth. And we come forward from our truth. It hurts no one and disenfranchises no one. It is life begetting life. That is the vibration that we're coming from, is life and unconditional love. Okay, so just because they're butterflies and all that, look at the powerful ship in the background. And that ship is you, inspiration, high heart, freedom. The butterfly is simply here to live and enjoy life. Okay? So you should be able to enjoy being who you are. Just like me, I love to laugh. So I find life funny. I don't just say jokes or find funny things. I just choose to have a light heart. Okay? And a funny bone about things. And I learned to laugh at a lot. Because I tell you, life is interesting. As much as we don't want it to be stereotypical or cliche, it actually is. And when we can laugh at those things, it helps us break the boundaries and the barriers that Saturn and Jupiter were never imposing on us. It's sometimes the scrutinous eye of society or the generational vibration of the planet at the time of whoever's the most disgruntled and squeaky wheel trying to make everybody else oil it. You know what? We're here to put the power in our own hands. Maybe they will tune in here and realize, oh, I can oil my own wheel. Because then that does away with frustration. being able to tap into yourself. So I'm going to read a couple other notes. The main hallmark that they want you to know is it's time. It's not around the corner, because this pyrite is sitting off in the wings, and pyrite was sometimes called fool's gold, the thing that cut you, the thing that hurt you, the thing that you fell for. But actually, fool's gold was incredibly prized at one time. It has a strengthening, a magnetizing characteristic to it. So when we're magnetic, we're coming out of our mystery. We're coming into our attraction of who we are. When we get in the center of ourselves, that attraction goes beyond something that is sexual to whatever person that you're attracted to. It goes into this attractiveness. All right, like the butterfly, we're all mesmerized by them, and the butterfly is attracted to the flower. It's a certain sense that we have. It's a sensibility. Oh, I love that. You playing up some common sense here, baby. Extra sensory common sense. I like that. All right, so it's talking about successes in the box, not right around the corner. It's here now, today, not one day, but today, okay? It says there is a pattern in your life, look for it. And it's talking about a pattern of success, not this where I fell for it and this and that or whatever. That pattern is talking about where you are coming from, your heart, getting into the center of yourself. This is the Wheel of Fortune, or the Eye of God. If you're new here, we talk about that. The channel, you could tune into any of the videos, and you're going to begin to find out about it. We are the whole zodiac. We are a whole self. I'm not one slice of the pie. I'm the whole pie, baby. You are plenty. Not too much, not too little. You are plenty. All right. So when we come into that center, we have the ability to navigate, just like our GPS. It wants to know, where are you? So it can get you to where you're going. Okay. So with that, we have, I want to tell you where you're going. I got to get comfortable. Y'all sitting still ain't my thing. We have the 3, the Empress, laying down here, taking a rest, taking a break, but looking up to the sky, stargazing. What? The stars are there even if it's daylight, baby, because the sun is a star. Maybe you're getting a tan, maybe you're getting refreshed, you're getting nourishment, some ultraviolet radiation, because guess what? If you drink purified water of any form, how do you think they purify it? It is UV filtered. That means they put UV on it. Not they push it through, they put UV on it, all right? So when we get out there, we cleanse things off and get things out of the way. And what's that? You get all the indoctrination of other people off, okay? It's talking about spores, things that you almost can't even see, imperceptible, but a little bit of rain, a little bit of tough time or whatever, and it just pops up all over the place. But they want me to remind you, you are a fun guy, okay? Fun is when we become lighthearted and we don't take life so seriously, meaning that encapsulation, that cutting yourself, judging yourself, condemning yourself, pointing the finger at yourself, owning responsibility for things that aren't even yours. It's being able to stay true to who you are. We know what's ours and what's not ours. That is one of the greatest graces in life, because then you don't have problems, because you came in as a solution. The water in our body that they talk about all the time is salt water. Salt water is called a solution. So anything that comes about is a challenge, not a problem. It's something to come in. And if it's something that you aren't resolving, it might be somebody else's business that fell into your space, into your lap, or dumped into your box. Clean that box out, because the Empress is here to prosper you and show you how abundant and how wildly life loves you, and the stimulation that it's wanting to thrust into your system like a fresh wind, a fresh fire, to wake up and stir up the stars that are inside of you, because you're magnificent, bold, divine. I absolutely love it. So if you'd like, I wrote down affirmation. I'll say it through one time, and then you can join me the second time around if you feel like it, because speaking to our soul, speaking to ourselves, gives ourselves authority and permission to move from the potential of what we think, what we desire, what we might want, into the actual, where our mind begins to understand our process of how we go about living our life, not somebody else's plan, somebody else's self-help, this or that. I mean, your soul lean in hard, straight up in your space with its ear, trying to give you suggestions of what fits you perfectly and how you would go about it, okay? So our affirmation is, I trust myself, and there are rewards for trusting myself. It was funny at first, it came out as I trust myself, but it kept going. It's like, push on through, birth that baby out. So if you'd like to say it with me and get that pain out your Netherlands, the lower realms, get that pain out your ass. Let's get it out, and let's begin to ask ourselves those right questions. And we're going to start with our affirmation. I trust myself, and there are rewards for trusting myself. I believe that, friend, and I believe in you. So let's dive in and see more of what's going on here. Okay, so this Six of Cups, this inspiration, this ship's coming in, this celebration, this connecting with others, and finding what we have in common. Feeling comfortable with yourself and restored to who you truly are. We have some Maxfield Parrish coming on in. This spiel came, so let's see what it is. Okay, Five of Hearts. This is about hot in the kitchen. If you can't handle the heat, get out. So the thing is not just like you're weak, you're nothing, you're nobody. No, when things begin to feel like that there's a difference between uncomfortable and discomfort. Discomfort is when you're entertaining something in your body and in your field that doesn't belong there, that pain in your ass, as opposed to being uncomfortable, like when you're exercising and you put in a pain in your ass because you're doing a glute workout, like some squats or something. You know what I mean? If you are, if you're authorizing it and you're connecting with it and you know you're going to work out that type of pain, that type of heat in the kitchen, right? It's something that you're setting into for a lot of point of time. But we're also apparently talking here about energetic boundaries and people crossing them. When you become discomforted, that's something else that's now in your personal field that does not belong there. So step away or step out. This is not judging you or calling you weak. This is wisdom, that common sense knowledge of energetics is what you're wanting to talk about. But I love it here because it has to do with smelting. Maybe along the lines of like that pyrite, realizing that you in your raw form is beautiful and divine. But when you begin to note and take shape of who you are, like your proclivities, your personality, your preferences, things like that, without judging or condemning yourself, then you become a valuable vessel. You begin to recognize your own value. It's not that we need to build self-esteem or worth. We need to build some self-knowledge, some connection to ourselves, some appreciation for ourselves. And that leads into the self-assurance. That's the center of our wheel, coming from the center of ourself, knowing where we're coming from. And that's this beauty and this abundance that is offering itself to you this month, friend, in the month of June and beyond, because this is a foundational building block. Y'all, you just have to see me as I am. Talk about uncomfortable. I'm not much of a sitter, never was. So it's interesting as I set those over there, this is heaven leaning in with the 10 of Wands. Now this 10 of Wands is constructive, not destructive. These things that were tests and trials and difficulties that you came through, they're still kind of sticking around and making you feel like pinned in, imprisoned. They're like, recycle the materials. Recycle the materials. The materials, when you begin to take them into your own hand and build into it and craft from it what you desire and what you like, you're no longer a prisoner of that emotional exchange that occurred, of that reminder, of that browbeating or that lashing or that whatever. You begin to frame it, remember, from where you're coming from. And where you're going with your heart, like that GPS, right? Get in the center of yourself. Know that life loves you, that the hills and the mountains are affording you all their resources. Things that were hard or difficult have treasures inside of them, okay? So begin to build that foundation, that house, that storage shed, that whatever it is with these 10 of Wands coming in here. But it's a heavenly gift, okay? Because it's that conversion point of the mind. When you begin to see it from the inside out and the outside in, taking a both perspective, knowing that you can walk right through this. Okay, friend? So that brings in another, you're talking about an ending here, the King of Wands. An ending. So it caps it off, but actually it ends at the ace. Oh, freak. Okay, there's the ace coming right at it, and the ace is upright. This is you feeling like your world has been upside down, your kingdom, like you were powerless in your own world. Disempowered. All those disses, diss them. Diss the disses. Because if you were somebody who enjoyed mathematics, the interesting thing is about it is when you add it, when you multiply, yeah, negative to a negative, it becomes a positive. It does away with the subtraction, with the difference. So the difference that you need to make is see it for what it was and get it on out of here. And that allows you to begin to heal yourself. Come into the chironic. Isn't that ironic? The chiron self is that you're not ugly. There's nothing wrong with you. You know, things may have occurred for whatever reason, but get out the emotional charge of it is what it's talking about. Emotions aren't our feelings. Feelings are genuine and they occur in the moment. And we need to address them, feel them, communicate with them, and understand what knowledge they're trying to give us, kind of like the pain in the ass. Is it uncomfortable or discomfort? You know, making that differentiation there so that then we know what action to take. That's a stream of destiny coming all around, very much Aries, very much Sagittarius, very much Capricorn going on. Talking about that growth and development, being your own sunshine, letting that sunshine in, letting your truth come forward from yourself to yourself. It's not anything we have to sell or market or convince. It's something that we have to embrace about ourselves, okay? And then that brings in the dancing of the Ace of Wands, your golden self. Your golden self. Look at that. It's like a jubilation and freedom. It's an inner balance that's coming in, a playfulness that comes forward, and being able to take all sorts of risks because it's not risky. You know, people who are raised walking a tightrope's not risky to them. It is risky to us because it's unfamiliar territory. When you are in your golden self, you're in familiar territory. Therefore, you have a playful essence and you're no longer looking up or down, concerned with any of that. You're moving right along, moving in your flow, giving yourself the power, permission to be awesome, to excel, to embrace, to prosper. Okay, you seem to be setting into the financial part here. So we're coming in with the 9 of Diamonds, but it's laying down like this. It's almost like there's a ceiling that you're reaching. Like instead of connecting to your full potential, your full self, your full connection, your full ideas, you're staying within a logic, within a ceiling. It's kind of like if someone prays, regardless of who or what you think prayer connects to. I pray to life. I connect to life. Then I have to go past the limitations of my thinking. I have to think through my ceiling, kind of like Willy Wonka, the glass ceiling. The Wonkavator pierces it. And you go up there, and when he moves out of the chocolate factory, then he has an eye on the whole world around him from a whole different perspective. Now, the thing is the Wonkavator was in the chocolate factory. So when Charlie won the whole thing, he won himself. He won the Wonkavator. He won a magnanimous perspective. And that's what this 9 of Pentacles or 9 of Diamonds is coming in here to do, to talk to you about the financial, alleviating financial burden. And the burden here is that limited ceiling of thinking that that's your financial cap. This is what your degree's in, or this is what your study or your skill set is in. This is all you're created to do. They're saying there's so much more. As you get into your golden self and that playfulness and that agility, that's why youth are so creative. They'll roll around the ground, hang from the monkey bars, jump up in the tree. They move their body in many different positions. So you could even get in your house and, as dumb as it sounds, roll around on the floor or flop off your bed onto the floor. Do not send me a letter saying you got hurt. This is in your hands, okay? Go down a slide, get in a swing, jump in a pool, cannonball, any of that, moving your body through these different perspectives and things like that wakes and shakes up some vitalization inside of you. I hope you like that. So this is taking us into Adorn a channel to get us into the Frank L. Baum, A Whole New World, okay? And you need to know that life loves and supports you. This emerald here is like pinky swear, but it's also like the woo woo, raise the roof. I vote for you. I'm cheering you on. Life is on the sidelines of your life. You are not on the sidelines of your life. You're getting in the game now, friend. I love that, because this fuchsite has to do with focus. Focus in that. Stay attuned to that. Don't let these other things pelt you around your mind and try and get you out of your center, because the moment you're out of your center, anything and anyone has access to your entire chart. All that you worked for, all that you become, all that you know about yourself, and it takes away the playfulness and it relegates you to being disempowered. There's another dis, right? Put it in a trash can, toss that away, disconnect from the dis so you can connect, right? That dis is in your way. What dis and that, get it out the way. And then that leads you into, it's interesting because we're going to go this way. Whole new world, everything. This, I love it because it is the main card of the deck. It is the cover card, but it is not that card. So it means everything. Everything. All this power is at your hands, at your fingertips. Everything right here. Who's that coming on in? Ooh, appetite stirring you up. It's talking about mount up. Get on the mounting block. Get on the mounting block. Get into the race. And not a race like you have to win. This race is a navigation of yourself, an experiencing of yourself, a connecting to yourself physically. Get back into your physical body, whatever that means to you. Whether you're someone who loves, or what is that? What's that? There's some place near us, people throw axes and stuff at an axe throwing place. I don't know. Rappelling. If it is going for a strolling or a walk, you talk about a way to process your mind and your common sense. It gets it moving. Swimming, whatever it is. There's some physicality to life that's talking about being stirred up here, and that brings in the gentlemanliness and your strength, okay? It takes the cultivated and the raw, and it keeps it together all in one place, connecting from yourself to yourself, your whole self. And gentlemen doesn't mean all soft and demure. No, it means being able to navigate any situation with the full confidence and assurance of who you are. But also when you're on your own or you're out doing your own thing, you can be yourself, okay? You can be your most comfortable self at that moment, right? But you're never not yourself. You're never a piece or a part of yourself. You're never fractured or imprisoned. You are you are you. I vote for you. All right. If you hadn't already, put that like button. It's your vote for yourself and your vote for this channel. If you want to continue to see more material like this, look all across YouTube. You're not going to find it because I'm the only me I have ever met. So anyways, look at this. Frank Baum. Oh, baby. Get ready. Your world's about to come to color. They're going to breathe life into it because this is illogical, not illogical. So it's taking things beyond those boundaries of zeros and ones, systems, programming, that type of thing that has happened and occurred on a widespread genre for about 40 years, regardless of how old you are here. So it's these things of the mindset and the vibration of the earth. But the earth, you know, when I talk and get in tune with the energy, it's off by 2 notches. And it says, do not adjust or change it. So I'm putting the power and the magic of in your hands, the power of permission, the power of choice, the power of awareness, the power of knowing oneself, the power of fully being yourself right now here today, right? Okay, so that box you're getting in is like your vessel to travel on in. It is like your spaceship. You're coming to land, but look at that. That's like a divine surgery. And that means things don't have to be big, or it doesn't have to cost you more or put you out or anything like that. Like surgeries used to do, people could take weeks or months to recover, where now there's just these tiny little holes, little micro-tune, microfine adjustments going on here. Now this is showing me in the heart chakra and in the seat of the self, or your willpower, okay? And that brings in your ultimate power and your truth and your connection to the divine. Taking some nice deep breaths, getting some circulation going in your heart, getting back into your body, feeling the sweat, awakening to it, and feeling that kinetic connection is what you're saying. Interesting. Well, see, that is the Ace of Clubs, the Ace of Wands coming on in here. I love that because remember we were talking about that from the Maxfield Parish. Interesting. Heaven and earth. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Live an extraordinary life. And I love it. It's very practical, y'all. I see where normally it's birds that represent spirit in the background. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 10 airplanes, and there's one shooting up, ready to do a trick out of nowhere. And this begins to dissipate those old attacks and barrages of some disempowerment you went through when you were younger. It just puts it down. It puts it away. It lets it go. Sets you free. I love that. And with that, the 6 of Cups is coming in. Hello, hello. Double reiteration, coming and going. Life is voting for you, and I hope you're voting for yourself too. So here we have this new world. This is kind of like a foreign university, mastering things that are foreign to you, but stepping forward completely in it to be powered up, to be your full self, and to be afforded the opportunity to clean and clear these old energies and to come into the fullness of your truth. Brand new beginning, crystal clear is what you're talking about. Now that's shooting over here to our tiger's eye. The eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. Who's your rival? You. That old you, the questioning you, the doubting you, the fearing you, the any of those, and forget the words, but you know what I'm talking about. Those things that all around you, right? And how about the one that, you know, breathes and puts the chest out, moves forwards like, getting your George Jefferson on. Don't act like George, so. But man, could he be confident. But we're talking about self-assurance here. And this is the tiger's eye because it's a very practical spiritual energy. It keeps you clean and clear and free of other people's ideas for you. And actually, I'm hearing the word ideals for you. You are ideal already right here now today. Your tree of life is not a mistake. You are on purpose. And so that's why you're not here for purpose. Life is here for meaning. So finding the meaning in your life. What does it mean to you? How does this feel to you? You know, allowing yourself the connection to yourself first and foremost. So with that, we're going to jump in here. We're going to get us a, what? Oh, no. Gods and Titans or something like that. Let's get some empowerment in here for the guys at Joy the World for the month of June. A whole army, y'all. And I'm going to take the one that is first. Oh, you're making me take 2. Well, it was 2, right? The 6 of Cups, 6 of Discs, 2 Ace of Wands. All right. So we have Odin for guidance and Ganesha for obstacles. All right. Being able to embrace your challenges, knowing that you were created for them. You were created to meet them, dance with them, play with them, energize with them. Remember, these aren't things to shut you out and shut you off or anything else. This is life coming in to evoke who you are. If you don't touch the orange, you just see orange. But the moment you begin to break that peel, sometimes it sprays me and I smell the orange. If you keep peeling, then you're going to taste the orange. That's what Odin is guiding you into, this satisfaction, the goldenness self. Remember where you at. That playfulness, that life is no longer precarious. It is playful because there is no task and you're not having to behave or be a good boy or do this just right or anything else. No, Tiger's Eye came in to set you free from that and remind you, you ain't no fool. But you are. You're a fool unto life, not unto death, not unto imprisonment, not unto dis. Snip, we diss into dis. We briss into dis, y'all. Okay, let's forgive it. Y'all just roll on. Have a good old laugh. So let's get it in here as awakening your magic, and hopefully it's tickling your funny bone and allowing you to come forward in the freedom of life. I see you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to let y'all see it before I ever see it, okay? They're telling me to start over here. So let's see what we've got. King of Cups. I love it. The chalice is your heart. And remember, this is going along very much in line with this emerald heart. And this is the heart of life, not just your heart. Because see, men are the heart. Y'all are the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is the earthen chakra. But many of you were clouded by maybe other people's ideals or expectations of you or how men should be or behave or whatever. Not here. Okay, so anyways, that is what is showing up. Life's vote for you. Now, this is your vote for yourself coming on in. You're like growing these supernatural, like, I don't know, subterranean bat ears coming on in, but it's bringing in this fidelity and it's bringing in like echolocation. Really being more in tune with your environment between friend or foe. Okay, with the fin is a shark, and nothing against that. I know some people love sharks, but you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about the food chain aspect of ourselves. Okay, dolphin fin versus shark fin, that type of thing. This ability to hear and discern and to listen through to whether life is being playful or whether an energy around you is trying to play you. Okay, remember, fool into life versus fool into death. Fool into life, dolphin energy. Fool into death, the shark, because the shark has to do with the electrically charged environment. Don't respond to it. Because the moment you do, then you become prey, and you become preyed upon in that dis, whatever the hell that D-I-S is coming from. Dis, dat, dare, whatever. Okay, it's about you. And when you don't react or respond or connect with that, it can't do anything. It can't add itself onto your connection. It needs your permission. And with that, we got the sword, King of Swords here. So we caught in King of Swords, reiterating that disconnect with the dis. I love it. So now you get yourself back. You get connection. You get comfort. You get counsel. I'm loving all this. And that brings in the Four of Swords, the ancient healing, and the King of Coins. Y'all, I've had this deck for over a year, and there are kings all over the place. Y'all watched me do that? Look. That brings in the fullness and satisfaction of you in this life of being the power and authority of, in, and on your own life. Okay? This Four of Swords, this time to rest and reflect and to fully connect to your divine privilege and source. It's yours. It's not anyone else's. All right? Honor that. Love that. Appreciate it. Love and honor and appreciate yourself. So that is my vote for you. Hopefully that led into everything about the financial, the physical, but also that essence of love beating in your heart and life's love voting for you. Pinky swear. All right. If you're still here, you might consider subscribing. It's free as always. That's your vote for this channel. Hop on this joy train where promises are fulfilled. What promise? The who you are. Enjoying your life, satisfaction, fulfillment, all of that. For you, yourself, first and foremost, bringing joy to this world that we live in, joy to the heart of life itself, and to my world as well, because each person who lives in their golden self makes our world a better place for all of us. I love you. Talk soon. Bye.